Have you ever heard of a scholar who became drinking buddies with a ghost? Let me tell you about a man named Jordan. He lived in a town called Linyang, a bold, open-hearted guy, but not exactly the sharpest crayon in the box. He studied hard, but no one really took him seriously. One night, he was drinking with some fellow students, and someone jokingly said, "Hey Ju, you're supposed to be brave, right? If you've really got guts, go to the Ten Kings Temple at midnight and bring back the judge statue. Do that and we'll all chip in for a feast." Now this temple, it was not a place people went at night. The statues inside were terrifying. Fierce wooden carvings of underworld gods with gruesome faces. One in particular, the judge statue, had a green face and a big red beard. People swore they heard ghostly screams and torture sounds from the temple at night. No one went near it after dark. But Ju? He just laughed, got up, and walked out the door. Not long after, someone outside shouted, "I've brought back the great bearded master!" And sure enough, Jordan came back, actually carrying the judge statue on his back. Everyone freaked out. The judge's fierce face was right there on the table. Ju poured wine and toasted the statue 3 times, like he was hosting a guest. People were so scared, they begged him to take it back. Before leaving, Ju poured wine on the floor and bowed. Smiling, he said, "I've been rude, but if you're free sometime, stop by my place. Don't let a little thing like life and death keep us apart." Then he carried the judge back to the temple. The next day, the guys kept their word and treated him to a big feast. That evening, Ju was still in the mood to drink, so he lit a lamp and poured himself some more. Then, someone lifted the curtain, and a green, glowering gaze met his eyes. It was the judge. Ju jumped up, speechless, scared out of his mind. But the judge smiled and said, "You invited me last night, remember? I happened to be free, so I came." Ju was relieved and went to get some wine. But his wife was terrified. She begged him not to mess with this ghost business anymore. But Ju just laughed it off and brought out food and drinks. They talked and drank. The judge said his surname was Lu and spoke knowledgeably about ancient texts and even commented on Ju's essays. "Do you read a lot?" Ju asked. "A fair amount. Ghosts have a lot of time for such things," Lu said. "The underworld's writings are not so different from the living world's." 10 mugs of wine later, Ju, already tipsy, passed out on the table. When he woke up, Lu was gone. But that wasn't the end of it. Lu started to visit every few days. They drank together often. Ju would often show Lu his essays, and Lu would critique them. It seemed like a true otherworldly friendship. Then came the night everything changed. Once again, Ju was passed out drunk. In his sleep, he felt an odd pain in his gut. When he opened his eyes, Lu was sitting beside the bed, surgery tools in hand. Ju looked down and saw his stomach was open, his intestines laid out neatly. "What are you doing?" "Relax," Lu said calmly. "I'm giving you a better heart. You need a smarter one." He replaced Ju's heart, sewed him back up, wrapped his waist, and he was gone. When morning came, Ju unwrapped the bandages. No blood, just a red line where the seam had been. From that day on, Ju's mind was sharp. He remembered everything he read. His writing? Brilliant. Lu read his latest essay and said, "Not bad. You'll pass the provincial exam this year. Probably top of the class." And he did. His classmates who used to laugh at him were stunned. They begged Ju to introduce them to Judge Lu. That night, Lu came to the feast, but the moment he stepped in, with glowing eyes and that wild red beard, the guests were so terrified they ran. Later, Ju and Lu were drinking again, and Ju drunkenly said, Hey, you swapped my heart. Can you change your face too? Lou grinned. I'll see what I can do. A few days later, Lou showed up at midnight, carrying a woman's head wrapped in a cloth. Found one. Ju peeked. It was beautiful and still bleeding. Lou whispered, let's not wake anyone. They went to Ju's bedroom where his wife lay asleep. Liu handed Ju the new head. Then, with a knife, he sliced off the old one like a hot knife through butter and replaced Ju's wife's head. Liu told Ju to bury the old head somewhere secret. The next morning, Ju's wife woke up. Her neck tingled. Her face felt strange. She rubbed her cheeks and flakes of blood came off. She called for her maid, who nearly fainted. When she looked in the mirror, she didn't recognize herself. Ju explained everything. His wife was a fairly plain woman before. Not ugly, but not the kind of woman people write poems about. Now she was undeniably beautiful, the kind of face you see in paintings. But here's the twist. That head didn't come from nowhere. It had belonged to Wu Shiyu's daughter, who had been murdered a few days earlier. Her body was found, but her head was missing. Rumors spread about Ju's wife's sudden transformation. Wu got suspicious and sent an old servant to check. She ran back screaming. Wu was furious and took Ju to court. But everyone in Ju's household told the same story. It happened in a dream. The judge had done it. The magistrate was baffled. With no evidence, Ju was released. When they next met, Ju turned to Lu. Can you help me out? The Wu family hates me and everyone thinks I'm a murderer. No problem. I'll have the girl explain herself, Lu said. That night, Wu Shiyu dreamed of his daughter. She told him it was not Ju who killed her. It was Yan Danyan, a man from Sushi. The magistrate reopened the case, found Yan Danyan, and sure enough, he confessed. Years passed. Ju took the imperial exam again, 3 times, but kept getting disqualified for silly mistakes. And eventually, he gave up. 30 years later, Liu came one last time. You have 5 days left to live, he said. Ju asked, can't you save me? Liu shook his head. Life and death are set. Besides, for the wise, it's all the same. Ju didn't argue. He calmly prepared his coffin, laid out his clothes, and when the time came, he died peacefully. But the next day, he came back. His wife was weeping at the coffin when Ju's spirit floated in. Don't be scared, he said. I'm still me. I just didn't want to leave you alone. His wife asked if he could stay. No, he said. That's not how it works. She asked what he did in the afterlife. Thanks to Liu, I handled paperwork. I've got a post. I'm not suffering. He added, Liu's with me. Would like some food and wine if that's all right. That night, laughter echoed through the house as if nothing had changed. But when she peeked in again, no one was there. From then on, Ju visited every few days. He helped with chores, hugged his son Wei, even taught him to read. Wei grew up smart and never realized his father was a ghost. As time passed, the visits got fewer and fewer. Then one night, Ju returned for the last time. I'm here to say goodbye, he said. Heaven has appointed me to a new post in Taihua. The road is long. I won't be able to return. He hugged his wife and son one last time, gave them his blessing, and vanished into the night.